help us in our business. Oh, now we are live streaming. Thank you, Tanya, for your help. I appreciate that. And so I just want to really dive in on week 13. If you guys have been here from the beginning, that's amazing. You know exactly what I'm talking about and where we're going. But if you're just hopping in, that's okay too, because week 13, like every week, it has its own value add, and you get to apply it right where you're at right now. And I loved this week. I know this was one of Michelle Poe's favorite weeks as well. And it was just really good self-insight, reflection, and really good ability to help recognize a few things that I may have been putting my time in or need to switch or evaluate. And so I want to just dive right into this training tonight. I'm going to show a short 5-minute video like we usually do. And then we're going to talk about the activity that we're going to do this week to help 10x this area of our life. And then I'm going to do some announcements to close up the night. So if you guys don't have any questions, we're going to get rolling. I'm excited. Week 13 out of 15. We are almost done. So I'm so thankful you're here for this. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, hopefully.
Ready?
And if you are not muted, please.
No, they're a little thinner.
I'm going to mute a few people. All right. Here we go.
In the words of Simon Sinek, no matter when or where, always bring your A game, because you never know when it will open doors for you. 10x employees are highly aware of their environment. They protect their space from negative influences that seek to destroy progress and inhibit success, in service to people they lead and their own mind space. But how do we know who is a benefit to the team and who is a detriment? By viewing their contribution through a filter we refer to as the Individual Contribution Index. Also known as the ICI, the Individual Contribution Index is what you can use to determine if an individual is contributing to or extracting value from a situation or environment. The ICI is broken down into 4 categories: thinkers, doers, watchers, and drainers. Each of these categories have unique characteristics. Let's start with the thinkers. They're ideal contributors because they're involved, influential, and intentional. Thinkers are self-disciplined and highly accountable. They're the ones with the great ideas. Now let's talk about the doers. Those are the individuals out there getting the job done. They work fast. They spend less time thinking and more time accomplishing. Their focus is on making change while being competitive, ambitious, and success-oriented. Then we have the watchers. These individuals are the ones who wait to see what happens before they dive in. They contemplate the situation and are slow to move, often talking it to death before making a decision because they'd rather stick to the status quo. Lastly, there are the drainers. They don't contribute whatsoever. In fact, their negative attitudes suck the life from the progress of the group. They're disinterested, unfocused, and make excuses for their combative and controlling behaviors. 10x employees know that the most valuable contributors on the ICI are the thinkers and the doers, especially in situations where they get to play off each other. The thinker comes up with an idea. The doer gets it done. The thinker analyzes the results. The doer duplicates the success. You want to surround yourself with these types of contributors, specifically thinkers who can do well and doers who can think well. Doer thinkers are always thinking about how to refine the process of what they're doing on a constant basis. They're more granular thinkers who are always considering their impact and how to continue to move forward. They consistently push forward while simultaneously thinking about how to get better at what they're doing. Let's talk about the categories you want to avoid. Specifically, the watcher-drainer. This combination is the least productive and the most destructive. For example, if you approach a watcher-drainer with an idea you're excited about, they'll often use language like, "Let's wait and see if this works," or "This will never work." That is the moment that the watcher drainer becomes someone who is detracting value from the environment. Using these characteristics with a thoughtful approach is essential to your growth and development. The more knowledge you have of what the indicators look like when people are extracting value in an environment, the less chance you have of engaging in the negativity. Providing this level of simple detail in your interactions will ultimately assist the team with the ability to, number 1, quickly identify their contribution level. Number 2, make course corrections and adjustments. And finally, number 3, to provide maximum value to helping themselves and the business succeed. If you want doors to open and opportunities to come your way, you must embrace a 10x employee mentality and focus your contribution on being the desired thinker-doer in the business.
10x employees are highly aware of their environment. They protect their space from negative influences that seek to destroy progress and inhibit success in service to the people they lead and their own mind space. The Individual Contribution Index is designed to help immediately identify if someone is contributing or extracting value in an environment or conversation. In this two-part activity, you'll first identify which 2 categories you find your mindset and communication residing within on a daily basis. Then, you'll list the characteristics of yourself in those categories. For the second part of the activity, you'll go back to week 4 of the Belief series, Finding Mentors, where you identify the top 5 to 10 people that you spend the most time with, and you'll then rank them on the ICI, identifying the characteristics of each. Integrating this cultural filter is a key component to increasing the effectiveness of overall communication and impact. Make it part of your conversations in every environment, every day.
All right. So I'm going to just jump right into this activity to help explain that and break it down a little bit on what you're going to be working on this week. I don't know about you guys, but I had to listen to that a couple times. So I just want you to know too, that everything that you just heard, we upload the transcript of that to One Person Big Difference. And it's going to be in the guides and it's going to be under week 13. So you can print that entire thing that she just talked about off and you can read it and highlight it and really let that sink in. And then I love this, this activity because, you know, the first part is self-awareness, right? We need to have self-awareness on which 2 categories we fall into. And, you know, I think we all want to be thinkers and doers, but how often do we find ourselves being in the watching phase, or maybe we slip into that draining phase once in a while and we don't want to stay there. And I know that there's been times where I've been like really stressed out and I've just been in a funk in life. And I have caught myself being a little bit of a drainer. I hate to admit that, but there's been moments and I'll catch myself because everything that I'm thinking is like more of a complaint and a negativity. And if you're finding yourself there, this is a really good time to like stop and get back into your thinking, doing phase, your creativity phase. Because really, you know, I look back at the history, we all want to grow a business, right? We're all on this call. If you're in this call, there's 37 people here right now. Type in the chat if you're here to grow. And how many of you want to grow and are putting a whole bunch of time into people who might be watchers and drainers that aren't actually adding value and maybe detracting from the progress of your growth? I know personally that when I first started in this business, I just wanted anybody that had a pulse. Like, honestly, I didn't have the big vision and the big belief that we went through earlier on in the 10X, right? I didn't have a lot of the skills that I have now. I didn't have the leadership mentality. I just wanted anybody and everybody that would listen to me, and I would like willingly take anybody. And right now, I'll tell you, I'm pretty picky about who I do business with. I'm not going to bring anybody into my organization. I'm pretty guarded about who I want to spend my time with. And I recognize pretty fast if somebody's just going to be a watcher or worse, a drainer, not to pick on anybody, but I'm not going to be pouring into them because it's just going to drain me and I won't have anything left to give. And so I just encourage you to do some self-evaluation reflection. I know early on, I had a few people come in that literally I bent over backwards and spent hours and hours and hours of my time trying to fix problems for them. And they inevitably left anyway. And that's what's going to happen. So Just look at this and think about those thinkers. So the thinkers are a contributor, they're involved, they influence, intentional, self-disciplined, and accountable. I love watching thinkers and doers connect and collaborate, because then the doer is very activity-based, focused, a change maker, talks less, does more, competitive, ambitious, and success-oriented. And so like those thinkers will have like a great idea and the doer's like, boom, got it, I'm doing it, let's go. And they like implement and go. Or some, what this activity is having us identify with two of them. So the thinker doer is like, woo, we love that. That's just so fun. And then the watchers assumes, contemplates, slow to move, has low intensity and energy, complacent, sticks to the status quo, lazy, and manipulative. Whew, nobody likes that word. And then the drainers, the combative, negative, disinterested, unfocused, manipulative, fear-based, self-oriented, demanding, controlling, unintentional, and makes excuses. Whew, that's just a load right there. But this is really great to help identify what you might be experiencing and even keep yourself in check, because you don't want to fall into that other category. So if you scroll down, the part one is, where do you land? Just take a quick moment to think about what are you? And it's asking you to identify two categories that you find your mindset and communication residing in on on a daily basis. I can, like I said, I know I've slipped into drainer mode for a couple of minutes, and I have to stop myself when I'm really, really stressed out and like I've just had boom, 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 like 5 horrible things happen in a row. And that's not where I want to live, because that's not where my zone of creativity is. That's not where my vibration is high. I am low. I don't want to stay there, and I don't want you to stay there either. And so write down those characteristics and examples that you have. And if you're identifying if like you're going through a long time period where you're like, oh man, I've been in the watcher or the drainer zone for a little bit too long, identify the steps that you're willing to take to get back into the thinker doer category. If you showed up tonight, like figure out, what are you going to do now to elevate yourself in this industry, in this business, and as a team member of One Person Big Difference, and as a team leader of your organization. How are you you can't grow if you're not going to be in that zone. And so what are you willing to do to change that? And then I love how it's taking us back to the mentors in our life, the 5 to 10 people that we spend the most time with on a weekly basis, because they are having the most influence on us. And it doesn't have to be shoulder to shoulder. It can be the people that we are watching every single day on social media. Whose stories are you going to every single day? They are having the most influence on you, right? If you didn't do this week 4, go back and do it. Definitely go back and do it. Again, it's going to be in the guides of One Person Big Difference. But again, who are you listening to for podcasts? Like, is there somebody that you're just like digesting and absorbing everything that they put out there? Who are you, like for me, church community is a big one that I'm spending a lot of time with, my church community, my homeschool community. Who are the people that are definitely leaving an impression on you every single day? Identify those people and then figure out what ICI categories they're in and the examples that you have because to that. And then check and see, are you letting drainers or anybody negatively impact you? Do you need to change your circle? It's a big deal. So that is the homework for this week. Pretty awesome. I think you're going to learn a lot and have a good experience there. I did want to ask Tanya to share a really great example that she shared with me earlier. And I'm going to let you share, Tanya.
Yeah, it was. So a lot of us, right, we're all seeing, we have seen it a lot here, where you go to a restaurant and you show up and maybe there's a sign at the door that you can't either come in and eat, or maybe you're in the mall and there's a sign on the gate that says they've closed, because there's so much shortage of employees and people wanting to show up to work. And last week I was at a really great coffee shop. And when I went in there, like it was booming and there were employees everywhere. There was no shortage of staff at this place. So the gal that was helping me and my friend, I said to her, I said, I have to ask you, I'm like, so we're hearing about is staffing shortages. We're seeing signs that places are closed, and you are just so full of life. There seem to be staff members everywhere. I'm like, how is it working for you? Why are you here? Why are you showing up today? And she said, it's because we all love working together. We love our culture here. And she goes, we don't get paid a lot, but she said, we all love each other. So it's a fun place to come to. And it's the same thing here. It's exactly what we're talking about, right? And they said in the transcript, one of the very first things from Simon Sinek, no matter when or where, always bring your A game because you never know when it will open doors for you. That's a message that we need to spread to the world right now so that people don't feel entitled and they know that they have the opportunity to make an impact in the lives of others. So if you're having a home meeting, you set the tone when somebody comes in, right? It's just like these employees were setting the tone when we showed up at this coffee shop. If you are going out to buy groceries, whatever it is, remembering that you represent Lifevantage and asking yourself, how am I going to show up when I go out? Because you bringing that different spin on things and showing up with your A game, like that could affect somebody in a really positive way on a day when they need it most of all. So that community and culture goes a long way, and it all starts with you guys. So I thought it was a great example.
That's so good. And it's also important, like when you apply it to, just frustrations within our own organization, or when we bring in new people and they might hear like, let's see, skepticism or, negative talk about the industry or network marketing or anything like that, to be very conscientious about how we respond to that. Because you're either contributing to the growth of your business or you're feeding into that negative mindset and detracting from it. And when we do those things, it's like those negative things multiply faster than all of the positive things that we're putting in. And so just be very mindful of that. And if you catch yourself, like we all slip up, we all make those mistakes, just go back to one of your mentors and say, hey, I've been struggling with this mindset, and like help get it back on track. Like maybe I just gave you one of your answers to your activity, reaching up to a mentor that is a thinker doer and in that healthy mindset that's going to help pull you out of that. Because, oh my goodness, we want to duplicate the thinker doer positive, amazing culture that we have. It's a gift, and and the world is just really, really out to destroy the good. And we want to be those lighthouses. So I hope this was helpful to you. I'm going to go ahead and give announcements before we wrap up this team meeting and then go into a discussion. And I am wondering really quickly if there's somebody who did week 12 that's on this call that would really love to help facilitate the discussion, because I have to hop off for another call. So is there anybody that's going to be staying on for the debriefing of last week that did week 12? Anybody? Raise your hand if you did week 12. Who did it? Oh, nobody wants to raise their hand. People are behind. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, we all got behind, and it's okay to be behind. All right. Well, I'm going to go right into the announcements for the One Person Big Difference organization. So I'm going to pull that up really quick and we can revisit this. Let's see here. Slide. Okay, that's me. Woo, that's me. All right. Let's go into the announcements for this week. We have Tuesday, November 16th, which is tomorrow at 7 Mountain, 8 Central. It's going to be on Facebook, is the Flip the Switch. Marcy Steiner is sharing, and there's going to be that shareable in the One Person Big Difference Telegram group. So you can always copy those photos and share them and get people committed to being on these. This is one really great way to grow our business and learn from. And if you're just learning, oh my goodness, when I was new, I plugged into these calls every week, every opportunity, and learned from the top people in this industry. So Marcy's incredible. She'll do an amazing job. And then Thursday, we have our Thursday opportunity meeting with the amazing Michelle Voris. She is an incredible leader and speaker. And so she's going to be sharing the opportunity meeting on Thursday. And you can plug in on this Zoom ID number here. Again, the shareables will be posted in Telegram. Make sure that you're in there and getting that. And just promote. If you're not ready to be hosting your own Zooms, these Zooms are here for you. The more people that you get on these Zooms, the more your business will grow. Bottom line, get people on Zooms, ask them what they loved about it, follow up with them. It's incredible, incredible what we have, these opportunities here. Okay, hold this slide. So remembering Croatia, we have this, who's going to Croatia comments? Our November focus and qualifying for Croatia. If you are not tracking, you better start tracking now. It's not too late. Earning 250 total points. You need to be paid as a Pro 4 by the end of June 2022. If we are all here tonight, we should all be focusing on becoming a Pro 4. That is just such an incredible rank. You can absolutely do that. 4 ways to earn. If you're still confused about the ways to earn, definitely reach up to a mentor in your organization and just say, hey, I just need a little bit of help focusing on this. I don't really know what I'm doing, but you can track your numbers. And the beautiful thing that, oh, hold on, I think I can say, hold on one second. Michelle, is there a new, I don't know if Michelle's still here. Is there a new detail that we can share for this month for people?
Yes, it was announced today.
Okay, so for this month, any new person that joins Lifevantage, so any brand new distributors, to help you get caught up in the points for Croatia, everything you do this month is triple points. And so if you are brand new, or anybody you bring in brand new this month, they get the opportunity to earn triple points on all of these 4 ways to selling new products to customers or distributors, having, well, anything that you do. That's this month and next month, right, Michelle?
Say that again. I think I'm not 100% sure, but starting maybe even today through November and then in December. But
Yes.
Don't quote us on that. We're still learning, but that just came out today.
So that's just something really exciting. So people don't feel too behind, right? Like you're not behind if you're just joining. You can totally still do this trip and just set that belief and that vision high. It is attainable. I love that we are not doing promotions on Black Friday, but we are starting promotions now. They've been going. We've already have promotions. If you go into your website, the promotions are all there right now. But if you've missed this, they just announced a flash sale is starting tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, and it goes through Friday at midnight. So a 2-day sale. And I quickly threw this in there. It's kind of blurry, but basically it's 20% off all the things listed here in the US and 20% off the things for Canada. This is huge. I've already put it in my stories that there's a flash sale coming. And I asked a question about, hey, which area would you love to have a sale on to help? Would you like your brain to have help on a sale? Would you like your skin, your body, whatever, your general wellness? And so if you're looking for help with what to post in your stories for these things, there is a Telegram, there's a messenger group called 5 for 500 for the people that are trying to get 5 new customers and 500 PV. And that's a great value add group. You can ask your upline if you can be added into that messenger. It's just a messenger chat. And the chat is specifically for adding value on how you got a new customer or a new distributor, or what you are sharing on social media that could help other people. It's not a chitty chatty group. If you have questions, go to somebody else, but in that group, add value. If you want to see some really great, stories, people are posting them in there all the time, and you can use that for your benefit. So we're here to always share and elevate. So this is great. Really the big thing that's not in there is Protandim Nerve 2. So there's pretty much, and the hair, looks like the hair care is not in there. So all that great stuff. We have November Lifevantage Academy coming up on the 20th, okay? This is a big deal. I would not be here today if I did not show up to every Lifevantage Academy that I possibly could. I mean, like there was just no excuses for it. And I really encourage you, I think it's go to Big Blue Calendar. There are all of these events. There's tons of events on there that you can plug into, but you can go sign up in event registration in your back office, or you can go to Big Blue Calendar. Just get registered for this, either virtual or your closest location. I'm telling you, the people that show up are the ones that go up. And it really is this beautiful thing where your cup starts to empty after a while, and you need to get back into your network and plug back in to be filled back up. And it just comes perfect timing every single month. And it is coming up on the 20th, and you don't want to miss it. Even if it has to be virtual, get a few people in your house and watch it together. Like, it's absolutely incredible. Elite Academy, make sure you are registered for this. Whew. Like another thing, like Lifevantage Academy is 4 hours of training that's going to help take off your learning curve, fill up your cup. Elite Academy is 2 days in Orlando, Florida in February. I'm from Iowa, so I need to go there. Like, I must. Like, it's non-negotiable for Florida. I'm so happy. And plugging into this academy that's going to absolutely take 6 to 12 months off your learning curve. And if you've been around for a while, it's going to continue to build your belief and knock down those barriers wherever you are stuck. I'm telling you, every time you show up at this academy, it elevates you. As your business will never be bigger than you are, and you will grow every time you reinvest into yourself at these events. So get there, make sure you get there. And then, goals. Will you be in the 1% club this month? The 1% in club, 1% will get a new distributor, have a second month order, and will attend their event and do all 3 of them. Will that be you? You get to decide. You get to decide how hard you're willing to work to be part of that 1% club. I know that corporate is watching to see who is in the 1% club. So without further ado, we are at the end of our half hour, and I'm going to hand it over to Michelle.
Hey, real quick question, or not question, comment. Marisa is amazing, had an awesome idea today, and she would love to share it with everybody because it's going to be incredible value for you guys. So good.
Yes, 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 yes. So you guys, tomorrow at noon Pacific Mountain Time, sorry, Arizona is now Mountain. I get confused. It only takes me 2 months to figure this one out. We are going to do a live. Dr. Sveta Silverman and myself will be doing a live into Vitality Living. And this will be a live on our products and how to optimize your immune system and your health. And more important today than ever before, I'm living proof. And I would just say, you want to tag everybody. I'm having a shareable created right now, and I will get that posted on Vitality Living. So you want to start reaching out to people. You want to tag them on the tease post and get on the live at noon tomorrow. So just join us on Vitality Living. We'll be talking about, it'll be kind of a Q&A with Sveta. So we never know exactly where it will go, but it will go amazing. She's going to talk about why it's so important to activate our cells and our gut. And especially in this current crisis that we're experiencing, we'll go through actually pretty much the PowerPoint that we're using right now for the products. Just kind of a Q&A. It's going to be pretty organic. We won't get too much into the business, but we will offer something at the end and just say, hey, you could get your products paid for if you start sharing them, or you could create a little side hustle on, that could be life-changing for you as well. And just get back to the person that invited you to this group if you'd like to try a product that you've not tried before, or if you want to learn a little bit more about how you might get your products paid for. Just kind of something really light, because that is a very light page. We don't talk about the business, but if we don't plant a seed that there's income potential, I think we're really missing out. So we can do it very classy, and it won't be a full overview of the business. It's just really our passion about the science and these products. Okay. So that's tomorrow at noon. And what a better time to tie it all in with this flash sale.
So good. Are you guys excited about that? It was brought up today, and then just like that, they're like, okay, we're going to get off, we're going to create the time and make it happen. And we really want you guys, if you haven't noticed lately with Lifevantage, if you've been with Lifevantage for a year or even longer, you'll know that these flash sales, that these, sudden things that they're doing and have been doing lately, those were not the norm before. We just didn't have sales except for maybe Black Friday or whatnot. It was just, it is what it is. And, we got to really, really, really step up our game in that page. I know social media isn't for everybody. Some people it's, all in home, or some people it's all social media, but a good combination is great too. Even if it's not something that you do regularly, just start using it here and there and start adding people into that page. Whenever I talk to anybody new, even if it's somebody brand new and I'm on the airplane and we're talking about, I'm like, oh my gosh, you'd be obsessed to find out about this information. I'm going to add you in. Cool. Like, it's just like that. I'm going to add you in. Cool. And then I was like, yeah. So then I add them, let them know that I added them, let them know, okay, I say, text me the moment that you click join, and then I'm going to tag you on a couple of things. It works like magic, you guys. So we really got to step up our game of making sure all of your customers are in there, tagging them on stuff. When you're out and about, making that be part of what you're doing, your DMO, your daily method of operation. Who have I added into Vitality Living today and given value to? I mean, the information is third party. You can't get enough stuff. And then two, you guys, we need more of your stories. Each of you has a story, and it's so interesting to me. Even when I talk to brand new people, they're like, oh, I don't really have a story, but then I'll hear something. Even if it's like, I woke up before the alarm and it felt like amazing, or, oh, I slept so good last night, or my back pain. Wow, it was so different in my workout. Those are big things to people, you guys. And that adds so much, value and credibility. And it's the third party. Remember, third party is where the magic happens. And so let's all commit. Let's just say, I'm in to stepping up and putting, write something, just write Vitality Living, on your mirror, in your car, on your computer, and think, what have you done to help people in your life in there? I have enrolled customers and distributors that I didn't even know that had been paying attention to things that I had added, before. And they're like, oh, I want some of that, or, oh, do this and that. So it's good stuff. I'm in. Yes. Marisa, once that post is created, will you please post that into Telegram and one person Facebook? And as soon as that's done, you guys, tonight, start writing down, if you don't have it written down, or look in your app and find, where are all of your customers, right? Get all their names, because it's easy to forget all of them if you continue going on, but the app has them all listed. Your personal customers, it's so cool, right? But you can go into your back office if you're not sure where to look. And then your distributors as well. Not everybody is on tonight paying attention like you guys, and not everybody's going to know about these sales. So make sure that they are aware that this is happening. And then let's get them all onto that gift tomorrow. So yay, thank you, Marisa, and thank you, Dr. Sveta. So good, so good. All right, Amy, back to you. Or anybody else, if there's anything else that we forgot for the week.
I'll just say, this ties in, guys. This flash sale is going to happen with or without you. This event that Marisa is putting, this amazing Marisa Sveta combination that's going to be massive value add and belief building and Vitality Living is going to happen with or without you. Are you going to be a watcher and say, are you going to say, oh, we'll see how it goes? Or are you going to dive in right now and start promoting and taking massive action and getting your ducks in a row for this? Because that's what we need to grow, all of us. Don't sit here and think about it to death, and watch it happen. Take action and do it. So.
Oh, that's so good. And Sean put a great comment there too. Amy, that was so perfect. So good. And I know it's uncomfortable sometimes, right? It's like, oh, I don't want to put my story out there. Oh, I've never done this before. I remember my very first post that I ever did in social, like Facebook. I was like, nobody wants to hear what I'm up to. Like, whatever. Like, this was so weird. It was just the weirdest feeling. But once you get into the flow and you start doing it, it just feels so good. But Sean put into the chat, This is your page, guys. Vitality Living. This is not Shauna Michelle Poe's page. This is not Amy, Tanya, Leslie, Rochelle, Jolene, Wendy. I'm just reading names off that I see. It's not anybody here's page. It's everybody's page. So own that page. Take control of that page. Ask questions, what you can do. Bring your ideas. Your ideas matter, and we want them. We want them so, so much, you guys. It's just trust me on that, and then just step into it and do it, be the doer. That Amy is saying, but we love you to pieces. And sorry, I rambled again, but that's just so important that you guys own that page. It's your page. So act as if you created it, act as if every single person in there is yours. And what can you do to bring extra love, value, attention, and life and energy to that? So, okay. I'm zipping it.
That's all I have.
Can I ask a quick question? Just one.
Yes.
The 20% off, is that going to be, do you guys know if the distributor packs and that will be on that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Tanya's saying no as well. She saw more.
I don't know if that was on the excluded list or not, but they should add it because it won't be on there.
They already come with a discount, right? Aren't they
Right.
already 20, 25?
They
30,
are.
Well, there's only
Yeah.
2 now, so.
Good
This is
point.
where you become like, I mean, they're already discounted significantly, 48% on the elite pack. That's crazy good. But what you can do is if there's somebody that you are really wanting to close that month, there are ways you can offer incentives out of your own, if you can. I'm not telling you to do that, but if you can afford to do that, you can give rebates from the commission that you will be getting. I've done that many times with people, and I didn't do that in the beginning. I couldn't afford to do that. But as you grow a business, you become that owner of your shop, and your owner has special promotions for the month, right? End of the month only promotion. So that's something that you can do eventually, maybe now or maybe not. But it's just an idea, because it does matter a lot to people when they see that you are willing to do something like that. That they go, wow, that's really amazing.
Yeah, and something really, really fun and cool is what Amy was mentioning about getting triple points, you guys. So something to remember, Rochelle, and you're talking to different people and everybody and doing those meetings at the very end of it, letting them know this month, when you join, the company is giving you triple points. I know for me, I'm one of those FOMO people, like I have the fear of missing out, and you hear Cabo, I would be like, Sean, we gotta get triple points. I want to go to Cabo, just something like that. So make sure to add those little tidbits into your presentations. And when you're just talking to people, it might not be your time now, but if it is, the company's giving triple points and it's crazy. You can make it light at the beginning, just let them know, because I would want to know. Yes, Danny.
Well, I'm just thinking another way we might be able to utilize this 20% off is, let's say somebody's getting the small distributor pack, that's what's in their price point, but there's a few extra products that they wanted, right? So then they
Yes.
could get these at the 20% off. So it's a way of getting their starter kit bigger, because that first order is still the tax write-off as a starter business, right? So another idea.
Good idea. See, we need all these thinkers, doer, yep. And then it's into action. I like it. Awesome question, Rochelle. Thank you. Anybody else have questions or comments for this week, this month? Sure good to see your faces. It is. Okay.
I have another question, but I don't know if this is where I should be asking it. So if it's not, just tell me. I have somebody who has a son that has a lot of medical issues, and he's only 18 or 19, I think. And he's actually on oxygen for 2 or 3 hours a day. And she wanted to know how our product would be different, because she's going, it's oxygen. It's supposed to be cleaning out his blood and his cell, and all that stuff. And I'm like, I don't know how to answer that. So I
Yeah,
told her,
do third party, Rochelle.
I
Third
did.
party.
I did. I actually got Jalen on the phone. This was after the fact. So we've done the third.
Awesome.
Good.
But then she came back and she goes, oh, I've got this question now too. And so I'm just trying to figure it all out.
Yep, honestly, this is exactly what I do. I've already done third party with somebody. They came back with some other really hard questions. I get them on the phone with somebody else or in a messenger chat to validate. Like I'll be like, hey, I'm going to get you with this expert. They know exactly what oxygen's doing to their cells. Let's get that question answered for you. And I just do the faster you can connect people to people, the better that the belief system grows. It's incredible.
Totally. And, too, we're just reminding them, because in the very beginning, it can feel uncomfortable because it's not something normal, but just remember if you are out at a store and you asked, somebody a question about, anything because you weren't really sure and they didn't know. And they said, well, let me go ask my manager, let me go ask my person. That's just what you do. So, it's a beautiful thing. So we easily get into our head about certain things, but if she's asking that, just be like, you are amazing, compliment her. Those are such good questions. You care so much about your son. Let me get you the best person to answer that. I've never honestly been on a three-way call or chat where in the end they were like, that was awful, that was uncomfortable, that was weird. They're always like, oh my gosh, please thank, Amy or, whatever, for all of that time that they gave. And it's just like a breath of fresh air. So you can do it. You can do another third party chat on Facebook, or like Amy said, text, or get on the phone or Zoom again and just say, let's ask again. That's a great question. Let's just ask again, hop on. And then you just get on the phone, have Jillian or Amy or myself or somebody with you, and or you can just call her up and say, that was an awesome question. I have Amy right here. She's going to be here to help answer your question. This is her question. I'm going to put myself on mute and then take it over. It's amazing how those things happen. Even being, everybody here, no matter what rank you are, even at a Pro 9, just because I know what it does, I can answer the majority of questions, but is it good for me to do that? Because we have to have the mindset when we are talking to people. We have to act as if we are training them, that they just enrolled into the business. So they're going to do what we're going to do. So if we get them on a third party right away, they're going to be like, oh, I don't have to know everything. That was amazing. And it's just part of the deal, and it just becomes comfortable. So kind of have that in your mindset as well. But it's a huge difference, right? We know that just receiving oxygen is very different than lowering oxidative stress, lowering inflammation, increasing glutathione to detoxify the body of what, he's going through and what he's doing. I mean, we could talk forever about the differences, but I would just celebrate her and answer the questions and just keep moving. And sometimes it's baby steps like that, and that's okay. And then many times they become your longest customers and many times distributors. Does that help? And I appreciate your question, because those questions are questions that everybody has, right? If you have the question, everybody has the question. So I appreciate you asking it.
Love it. Well, I gotta hop off. I have another call, but if anybody wants to stay on and talk, I have to hop off right now. Love you guys. So glad you're
Love
on
you
here.
too, Amy. Thank you so much.
Amazing call.
Yes, so good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anything else? Leslie, you want to say anything about the sales? Anybody else? Marisa, we good?
No, but I'm going to go live like right after this. I'm letting my people know.
Yes.
We are good.
So, you guys go follow, watch Leslie's, watch what she does, and start letting people know. I started letting all my customers know tonight. I got into my app and I started letting all my personal customers know. I said, hey, I just want to make sure you know Mama Po loves to save money and I want you to save money. So that was, simple as that. And then I sent them the screenshot of the stuff. So, but now Master Leslie, we'll watch her tonight sometime when she goes live. You always teach us. We all learn from each other. Thank goodness.
Yes, we do. We learn from each other.
In all different ways. All right. Well, good night, everybody. Love you all to pieces. We're here for you, and we'll see you soon. Mwah! Kisses and love. Bye.